Easy trading the London session today, ending with plus 39 pips. That's 1.52% profit on my capital. Let's get straight over to the charts. Hi everyone and welcome back. It's the 18th of February 2020. Time is 2 minutes past 8 and the London market has just opened, and I've just finished the live London trade planning webinar with the Price Action Traders Institute members. Managed to get positioned on one trade just before I actually started the live webinar. Got in on the New Zealand dollar US dollar. I took this at 16 as it came through one of our entry points. We've seen some reasonable moves overnight throughout the Asian session, but I've only managed to get positioned on one pair. So what I'll do, I'll pause the video for now and I'll be back in a little while just to give you an update and let you know if I manage to take anything else. Okay, I'll be back soon. Okay, back to show you now. It's 5 minutes past 8. I've managed to take another two positions. Australian dollar, US dollar came through one of our entry points. Got in this at 85, and the Australian dollar Japanese yen, again seeing a pullback into one of our entry points, and I took this at 33. Looking for further downside movement, taking it short. Got my take profit on this down at the 0.0 level. Take profit on the Australian dollar US dollar is down at the 50 level. And New Zealand dollar US dollar, this is still moving reasonably well, a little slow, and still hasn't quite broken through that previous low there. But I'm looking for it to push through this zero, out through that low, push through this 0.0, down towards 80 where my take profit is on this. Okay, I'll pause again for now and I'll be back with you soon. Hi, back to give you a quick update. It's 8:31 and just taken a couple more trades. Managed to get in on the Canadian dollar Japanese yen on this live candle, the one that's actually on the move at the moment. Taken this short, got in at 73 as price came through an entry point. Looking for it to move down towards this 50 where I've got my take profit. And the the US dollar Canadian dollar took this long on the last candle as price came through an entry point at 55. And looking for further upside movement on this up towards that 80 level. Still holding those other three trades, so the Australian dollar US dollar just bouncing off of that 80 level there, looking for it to push through that and down towards the 50. Australian dollar Japanese yen, seeing this starting to pull back a little bit now. That's on the Japanese yen weakness that we're seeing across the board. Those two Canadian dollar trades that I'm in now, and New Zealand dollar US dollar, looking for it to push through that 0.0 down towards that 80. So that's it. 5 trades I'm holding at the moment. I'll pause the video again and I'll be back with you as soon as I've got an update, something to tell you about. Back soon. Back with you just to show you that I've punched out of the Canadian dollar Japanese yen, losing 1 pip. Price didn't move out of the area that I was looking for, and so I've punched out of that. Like I say, down 1 pip at the moment. Still holding the US dollar Canadian dollar, which is moving off quite nicely. This Canadian dollar Japanese yen, we're seeing weakness in the Canadian dollar, but the Canadian dollar Japanese yen is being held up by Japanese yen weakness that's kicking in as well. So that's what's holding that one up. That's what it looks like. So still holding the US dollar Canadian dollar, showing a little bit of profit on that. The New Zealand dollar US dollar still holding that one. Australian dollar Japanese yen, price pulling back on that again because of that Japanese yen weakness that's kicking in. And Australian dollar US dollar, just seeing that pretty much sitting still, just going sideways at the moment, bounced off of that 80 level and still not doing a great deal. And that's where I'm at the moment, holding 4 trades, and I'll pause the video again and I'll be back with you soon. Okay, back to give you an update as we're starting to see price action picking up a little bit. The Australian dollar US dollar, you can see it's pushed through that 80 level and it's held, starting to move down quite nicely now. Australian dollar Japanese yen, that's moving down towards that 20. Again, seeing that weakness coming in on the Australian dollar pairs, and that Japanese yen weakness that we were seeing a little while ago was holding this up. That seems to have eased a little bit at the moment. US dollar Canadian dollar, that's moving up quite nicely now on the Canadian dollar weakness. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock a little bit in on that. If that spins around and comes back down again, I just want to lock a little bit in on that. And yeah, you can see that Canadian dollar, the Canadian dollar weakness coming in, and New Zealand dollar US dollar moving down nicely, almost at that 0.0. There it goes, and I'm going to lock a couple in on that as well, lock a couple of pips in. So that's it. 2 trades locked, 2 trades moving reasonably well at the moment. Let's hope this price action continues and we see a little bit of follow through. That's all we need now. I've got the positions, the criteria was hit, I'm in the trades, and now it's just down to whatever the price action does. Need to see follow through to be able to take any money from the markets. Okay, I'll pause the video for now and I'll be back with you in a little while. So back with you. I've just been for a walk in the garden just to get a breath of fresh air between candles closing and opening. And on the open of the last candle, I decided to take what I had in the bank, seeing reasonable profit, and it's always nice to start the week in profit. What I'm going to do, I'll hang about until 10 o'clock London time, because we've got the Euro red news coming out then. And I'll see if there's anything to take on that. If not, I shall post my results a little bit later on. Okay, so see if there's anything to take on the red news. If not, I'll post my results then. Okay, I'll be back a little bit later. So those that were following me on Twitter will see that I took a short break. There's nothing happening. I was in 4 trades I was in, and there was nothing happening. And I just walked out for a little while, took a breath of fresh air, had a little walk in the garden, came back, saw that I was in reasonable profit and decided to punch out. That's the only reason I got out. I just thought that would do, and walked away from it and finished the day. I stuck around to trade the Euro news that came out at 10 o'clock London time, but there was nothing to be had on that. There was just hardly any move at all. So I just stood aside on that and did nothing. So this is it. Just these 4 trades here that I took profits on, and the one losing trade for just 1 pip, ending up with plus 39 pips. That works out to 1.52% profit. Not a bad profit for a couple of hours work. So please remember to hit subscribe, hit the bell, and you'll get the heads up as and when I post new videos. And I'll close this down for now. Thanks very much for watching.